If you're watching this, I don't think it's by an accident. You made it out. You made it out of the addiction. You made it out the chaos. You made it out the depression, out of the relationship that almost destroyed you, out of the version of yourself that you barely even recognize. You survived the fire. But let me ask you something. Why do you still feel broken? Nobody talks about what happens after the fire. They celebrate survival, but they don't talk about the shaking that comes after. They don't talk about the guilt, the mental exhaustion, the spiritual confusion, the random triggers, the nights where you almost question everything. This video is for chosen ones who made it out, but are still fighting what followed them out. The fire was a test. Let's get something straight. The fire wasn't sent to destroy you. It was allowed to reveal you. It exposed your wounds, your insecurities, your need for validation, your weak areas, your hidden battles. And yeah, it hurt, but it wasn't meant to kill you. But if it was meant to kill you, you wouldn't be here. The enemy wanted destruction. God allowed refinement. That's a bar right there. You are tested to see if you will come out bitter or transformed. And the fact that you're still standing, that says something. Here's what nobody tells you. Sometimes the battle feels worse after you survive, because now it's not about destroying you, it's about confusing you. Now the attack is on your identity. You're a fraud, you're messed up, you messed up too bad, you never be clean, you can't help anyone out. That's not conviction, that's identity warfare. If you survive something that should have taken you out, you're still a threat, and threats get targeted. Don't mistake attack for disqualification. If they have to build a whole team to go against you, that just truly shows how powerful you really are. In spiritual battles, they leave mental scars. You might feel numb or even overstimulated, unmotivated, or easily triggered. It means you went through something. Rebuilding doesn't start with a big breakthrough. It starts small, daily stillness with God. Even if it feels awkward, even if you don't feel on fire, removing triggers, blocking access to what almost destroyed you, replacing chaos with structure. You don't need drama, you need discipline. Say this with me. I am not who I was in survival mode. I am who God says I am. Repeat that until your mind catches up, because you need to forgive yourself. And that's one of the hardest parts. And for me, that was one of the hardest parts. You know, I can forgive everybody else, but forgiving myself for all the stuff and mistakes that I put myself through really took a toll on me. And it really was hard for me to forgive myself. But I promise you, it's worth it. You did things that you weren't proud of. You compromised. Maybe you even hurt people. Maybe you even hurt yourself. But hear me. Survival you was trying to cope. Shame tells you to hide. Conviction tells you to change. There is a difference. If God kept you alive, he's not finished with you. You don't need to punish yourself to prove to yourself that you've changed. You need to receive grace. You are still chosen. And being chosen does not mean being perfect. It means being called despite imperfection. Most people would not have survived what you went through. You did. That's not luck. That's grace. The fire confirmed your calling. It didn't cancel it. You didn't come out destroyed. You came out marked. And the fire did something to you, like I said. You see differently now. You value peace more. You recognize traps faster. You don't glamorize what almost buried you. And that's growth. You may feel like you're fragile, but you may still be rebuilding, but you are not disqualified. You are refined. And what tried to destroy you will become proof that you are chosen. If this spoke to you, it's because you are still called. And this time, you're not just surviving, you're rebuilding. All praise goes to the Most High. And, you know, my book shares my journey on all the stuff that I went through. And, you know, I feel like I've overcome some things and I got out the fire. And, you know, I've really changed my whole perspective on life. And I got to give all praise to the Most High once again, because without him, I would still be in that low frequency. I would still be at that low place. And, you know, it definitely came a long way. And I want to help those who are still struggling, and those who are still battling with the spiritual warfare. And, you know, trust me, it gets easier and it gets better. So if you like the message, you like the vibe, come rock with me some more, subscribe. Until next time, salute.